Hello, my friends. Let's go ahead and get started today with math, and we're going to continue our unit on area and measuring the space within a shape. For today, you'll need pages 250, 249, and you'll need page 251 for homework. Also take a minute to grab a couple crayons and your pencil. And when you're ready, go ahead and hit play and we'll start. Okay, I wanted to quickly warm up with page 250. So at the bottom, look for 250. It looks like this. I thought we could take a minute to figure out what the area of each shape is. If some of the shape is kind of blocked and covered, can we problem solve and figure out how many square centimeters are in this rectangle? Okay, let's go ahead and look. We know that area equals length times width. That we know. Do we have a length and do we have a width? This part's covered, but is there something else we could use? You're right, the other side, length and width. Let's go ahead and mark those. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 square centimeters. Okay, so if we know that area equals length times width, that would mean 4 times 5, the whole area would be 20 square centimeters. Okay. This doesn't get in our way because we have this side open where we could figure it out. Okay, let's try the next one and then we'll move on to today's work. All right, this square is partially blocked, but knowing that area equals length times width, do we have a length and width? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 centimeters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 centimeters. So even though this part is all blocked off, we could still figure out the area because we know 5 times 5 equals 25 square centimeters. All right, that was a quick warm-up. It's also going to be part of your homework tonight. So if you want to flip it over to page 249, that's what we'll start with. Okay, so before we go ahead and begin, yesterday we were finding the area of irregular shapes. And if you remember, the first step that we did was to make regular rectangles. Find the area of each, put it together. Yesterday we had the support of the boxes that we could always count to make sure our areas were correct. Today we don't have the support of the square units inside. So let's try to problem solve together today. So on page 249, that's where we'll start. Okay, let me get my tips up here for us so we have them handy. Okay, so I have our tips here what to do. Okay, so looking at this irregular rectangle, first thing it says to do is to create regular rectangles. So go ahead with your pencil or with your crayon. Let's create regular rectangle. There we go. There's one. Go ahead and lightly shade it. And lightly shade the other one. It's nice to use two different colors so the two rectangles stand out. Label one rectangle, two rectangles. Okay, step 2. find the area of each. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Let's only look at rectangle 1. If it helps you, kind of cover up the rest of it. Okay, do we have a length? Do we have a width? Yes, we do. Rectangle 1, area equals length times width. Area equals 5 times 3. Area equals 15 square centimeters. Okay, that's rectangle 1. Okay, let's look at rectangle 2. Okay, area equals length times width. I'm going to cover up 1 and just look at 2. So let's look at this 7. Let's talk about this 7. Is that the length of this side right here? No, it's not. That's the length of the whole side. So let's look across. This side is 4, the bottom side is 10. So area equals 4 times 10. Area equals 40 square centimeters. Okay, step 3, add up the areas. Okay, so let's do that. Step 3, let's put 40 and 15 together. Okay, group it. 40 plus 10 plus 5. 55 square centimeters. If you want to give yourself a challenge and do the next 2 on your own and then go ahead and hit play to check your work, go ahead. Otherwise, stick with me. All right, let's keep those tips handy. Let's look at the second one. Our first tip is to create regular rectangles. So let's go ahead and do that. This looks obvious to me. Easiest way to split it, and go ahead and color code it. And then label each one. Rectangle 1, rectangle 2. Okay, take a second to get yourself set up. So now let's just look at rectangle 1. Step 2, find the area of each. Length times width. Length times width. 8 times 3. 8 times 3 equals 24 square centimeters. Okay, that's rectangle 1. So now let's take a look at rectangle 2. Area equals length times width. Okay, let's take a look at it. Rectangle 2, 6 times 4. 6 times 4 equals 24 square centimeters. And then the last step, add up your areas. 3. 24 plus 24 equals 48 square centimeters. Okay, hopefully you're getting the hang of it a little bit more and you're finding these tips helpful. Let's try the last one. I'm going to move my tips down. They're right in front of us. Okay, step 1. Let's go ahead and create those regular rectangles. So split it up. I could have split it this way, and we would still get the same answer. There is no right or wrong way to split it. As long as you have two regular rectangles, it would work. Okay, so shade your two rectangles so they pop out, and then label them 1, label them 2. All right, step 2, find the area of each. All right, let's look at rectangle 1. 3 times 6. (18 square centimeters). Notice how I didn't do 3 times 10. 10 would have been this whole side. We only needed part of that side, and that part was 6. Okay, that was rectangle 1. Let's look at rectangle 2. Area equals length times width. 9 times 4. Nine times 4 equals 36. Okay, step 3, add them up. 18 plus 36. Okay, go ahead and let's add it up. That's really 10 plus 30, 40, and then we have 8 plus 6, which is 14, making our grand total 54 square centimeters. Okay? Now, homework tonight is finding finding the area of those shapes that are partially covered. Okay, this should not be difficult for you. I'm not 100% confident that you'll feel comfortable trying area of irregular shapes at this point, so we're going to keep doing it a little bit more throughout the week. Okay, so what you could do to really help yourself is get on Reflex or do a multiplication worksheet, or play bump times 8 or bump times 9 or any other way to practice those multiplication facts. You see that in order to figure out area, multiplication is really important. So good luck with that, and we'll be back tomorrow for some more practice.